Hey everyone, in this video I want to discuss three things. The first being code.org. I just want to show you exactly how you can log on and make sure to change your name to your full name. The second thing we're going to be discussing is sequencing, and that's just a very simple way of saying that the order of the instructions that we give to the computer matters, right? Just comparing that to normal human speech. And then the third and last thing we're going to discuss is flowcharts. And we're going to be using flowcharts a lot this year to organize and visualize our code. And I'm going to show you a very useful tool for that. Okay, so let's get started. So if you go to the Google Classroom, okay, and you go to classwork here, you'll see all the assignments that were posted in the past, and you'll see the important links section. This is where I put anything that you'll need throughout the year. So we're going to go on code.org, and this is what you're supposed to see. You're supposed to see under My Courses, you're supposed to be registered on the Express Course 2020. Okay? And on the top right here, you should see your name. Now, I want you to go in here first, go to Account Settings, and make sure that your full name is displayed here. If it's not, make sure to put it in. In the case of Muhammad Khidr and Muhammad Khidr, make sure to put your middle initial. So one of you is Muhammad E and E Khidr, and the other one is Muhammad H Khidr. Okay? So make sure to put that along with your gender and age. Now, if you go back to the dashboard, I want you to click on View Course. You can do Continue Lesson. Continue Lesson takes you directly to a lesson, but I want you to get an overview of the course first. Now, as you can see here, there's a warm-up that has dance party activities. Feel free to do that. It's actually pretty fun. I would recommend doing it. What I want you to start today is the sequencing section. Specifically, just lesson number 2, programming with Angry Birds. You'll see that some of the lessons have a rhombus and some of them have circles. The ones with the rhombus are videos. As you can see, it has the video icon over there next to the number 1. The circle ones are actually puzzles that you need to solve. I recommend you should watch the video, definitely, but I'm not going to watch it now. You should watch it on your own. And I'll just do a quick exercise with you just so you see how things move. Okay, so it says drag all the blocks together and click run to watch. Okay, so you have blocks here, and you have extra blocks that you can put here. You'll see that you're the Angry Bird and you're trying to get to the pig. So what do we need to do? We need to move forward to get there, right? But you can see when you click run, it's very loud. It only moved forward once because I put one block, because I could have put it once, right? So if I put another one in here, and I can trash this for now, do reset, run. There, it moved twice, and that's it. It's a very simple exercises. They get more complex as you go through the levels here. And I want you to try that out just to practice what it means to give computers detailed instructions. Okay? Now, another thing I wanted to discuss is making a flowchart. So in this case, what we said to the computer was, when I start the program, I want you to move forward and then move forward again. So how can we visualize this so that we can look at it and know exactly what's going on? For this, we're going to be using a different tool, and I know it's another tool that I'm adding on to you, and I'll give you the link for it. But it's going to be a very useful tool for making flowcharts. And once you open it up, it's going to ask you where you want to save your diagrams. Click Google Drive. Click Authorize. It's going to ask you a few more steps just to log in, put your email in, make sure you use your school email, and it's going to ask you just like to authorize a bunch of things. And once you're done, you're going to get to a page that looks like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is this: create new diagram. We're going to create a blank diagram. We're going to click create. Let's see. It's going to ask you if you want to use the root folder. For now, just click yes, which means it's going to save it directly to your Google Drive, not in any specific folder. And the first thing I want you to do is name it something. So I'm going to call mine flowchart PBJ, and I'll explain that in a second. You'll just name yours flowchart for now, and then I'll explain what I mean by that. Okay, so we're ready. It's renamed and logged in. With every flowchart, we start with an ellipse. So you can see this shape here is an ellipse. You want to start with it in the top center here. Okay, I'm going to color it green because the first step is always start. This shows you where your program starts. And then following that, we're going to use rectangles. So for step one, I'm going to use a rectangle, and then I can copy it. So I'm doing Command C, Command V for step 2, and then step 3. And I'm going to go in and rename them. Step 2 and step 3. Okay? But we need to connect all of those with an arrow. Make sure you use the single-headed arrow, not the double-headed one, the bidirectional or directional. Okay? So we're going to put one here, starting here and here. I'm going to copy it again. I'm going to move this down here, make it a little bit shorter. Copy and move. Make it a little bit longer. Okay, so in that program, in the Angry Birds program, when you click start, step 1 was just move forward. Step 2 was also move forward. And we really didn't have a step 3. So instead of step 3, I'm actually going to delete this. And I'm going to put another ellipse. This ellipse is going to mark our end. And so I'm going to color this red. And I'm going to say end. Okay? And that's it. That's our whole program. Now, of course, this is super simple. I just want to make sure that you're comfortable using flowcharts so that when we get to more complex programs, we can visualize them easily and make sure that our thought process is organized. Okay? Now, the assignment, or what you're going to submit today, is a flowchart of your creation for something of your choice. Now, I'm going to show you an example of this using a PB&J, meaning peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to draw a flowchart for instructions to create a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I want you to see what it would look like in the end. All right, so as you can see, you can think of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as something very simple, but if you want to give very detailed instructions, it's going to be a long list, right? You see this? And that's the thing about computers. Computers are, in some ways, very dumb, meaning if you don't give them very specific instructions, they might, the computer interprets your code very literally. Okay, so let's go through this very quickly. I say lay one slice of bread on a flat surface, take out a peanut butter jar, twist the cap off, then use a knife to scoop out some peanut butter, use the same knife to spread the peanut butter onto the slice of bread currently out on a flat surface, not a different slice of bread. So notice how specific I'm trying to be here. Take out a second slice of bread and lay it out on a flat surface. Take out oh, that's a repeated one here. take out a jar of jelly, twist the cap off the jar of jelly, cap off. Use a knife to scoop out some jelly, use the same knife to spread the jelly, and then hold the slice of bread with jelly on top of the slice with peanut butter, rotate it to ensure that they're facing each other, and then place the two slices on top of each other. As silly as that seems, that's essentially what coding is like. A good code is very specific and tells the computer exactly what to do. Bad code doesn't have a lot of detail, meaning if you're asking the computer to draw a circle, you need to say the position of the circle and the size of the circle, or else the computer doesn't know what to do. Okay? So, what you're going to be submitting today is your own flowchart of something that you choose to describe. So choose something very, very simple and try to give as much detailed instructions to it as possible. Okay? And I want you to make a flowchart like this one on this website. Okay? And things to keep in mind, the start and the end are both ellipses using this button. And make the start green and the end red. Okay? We're going to add more complexity to flowcharts as we go on, but make sure we have those symbols straight. So ellipses for start and end, and rectangles for every step of the way. Okay? Good luck. If you have any questions, I want to see you on Zoom. Otherwise, have fun.